Hello, welcome to Moonflower Tarot. Before I begin, I just want to remind you that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So let's start. So the purpose of this video or tarot reading is to figure out what are some messages from your spirit guides. So whether you believe in angels, fairies, some cosmic entities, fairy godmother, spirits, whatever it is you feel is out there that you feel is watching over you, let's figure out what they have to tell you. So here we have 3 piles, 1, 2, 3. Each pile has an image representing the pile. Here for pile 1 we have the bird, pile 2 we have the heart, and pile 3 we have the flowers. So I'm going to count down from 10 in just a moment. I want you to not think about it too much, just choose the image that resonated with you from the beginning. So I'm going to count down from 10 starting now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you've made your choice, I'm going to go right ahead and start with the first pile, and I'm going to move the other piles out of the way. Before we start, I just want to state a disclaimer that this isn't going to resonate with everyone. So if something doesn't sound right, feel free to move on to another pile, or just take what resonates and leave the rest. So here we have the stork or the bird. So what do we have for you guys? Let's actually start with the biggest cards here. Let's start with these. So here we have the 3 of Cups, we have the Sun, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, you guys, so I'm seeing for you guys that your spirit guides are trying to tell you that there's some importance here involving your group that you associate with, whether this is friends, family, or community. This could really be any group or niche that you find familiarity with, like people that you feel safe around, that you feel bonded with emotionally. There's some importance here involving them. I'm almost getting this vibe that through this group of people that you love and care about mutually, they have your back, you have their back, like that kind of energy. I'm getting that with their support, you will be able to fulfill something really great. Like if you look at this Sun card, this is interesting. It's almost like a feeling of helping each other get through something, like to the finish line. That's totally what this looks like here with this Sun card. With the Sun card, it definitely can mean victory. It could also mean that you may be a fire sign, so you may have some significant fire placements in your chart. I'm picking up fire, Aries, Sag, Leo. You may really be sort of stepping into that fiery element when it comes to something you're trying to achieve. That's the vibe that I'm getting. An Ace of Wands, yeah, I see that you're definitely passionate about something. You're trying to achieve something. You're trying to get to the finish line of something, and it's like you're holding this candle, Ace of Wands candle, in your heart, and I think your spirit guides are trying to tell you to keep going because you're going to get to the finish line. Once you get to the finish line, you will get your congratulations. It'll feel very like celebratory, amazing, happiness. I'm getting like celebration, and rely on the people who are helping support you through this, whatever it is. Rely on each other, it's about give and take. So let's see what else we might have here. So we have cornucopia. So yeah, I'm getting that you really are working to build something or get to the finish line of something you're trying to create, or it's almost like obviously you're not building a a building. I mean, you're not building, you could be building a house, but, you know, I'm getting this image that, yeah, you're building something up, like you're starting with the foundation and you keep adding things to it, and you almost feel like someone's watching over you. I think maybe like you almost feel like somebody's sort of cheering you on, and I think you also get that feeling from, once again, this group of people that you care about who are really supporting you through this. And I'm really getting the feeling that you will get there and your light is shining very bright. I'm getting some strong Leo placements in your astrological chart, or fire once again. So let's see what else we might have. So here we have the tree. So with the tree, I'm getting that this could be health related. This could also be maybe your spirit guides trying to tell you that there's something, there's an importance here when it comes to connecting with your family tree or your roots, or getting in touch with maybe people like relatives, family, or extended family that you haven't really talked to in a while. This could even be virtually given the times, but I am really getting a sense of importance in connecting with your roots, maybe finding out where you came from, maybe even doing like a genealogy test, like where like what's my family tree, like that kind of thing. This card could also indicate an importance in health. So maybe this is what this is. Maybe you are part of a group, maybe even like Weight Watchers, or maybe just like a part of a group where you're trying to like do something together. You're trying to get through something health related together, or this could be like your family, and your family is supporting you to achieve some dream that you have, and they're really helping you add little by little to this dream. And wow, once you get to the finish line, look at this, it's going to be amazing. And I'm seeing that you're going to be celebrating together with a bunch of people, and it's going to be very, very happy and fulfilling. And here, okay, so we have endurance. So yeah, I'm really getting strongly that this could be health related. Like this is something you're trying to achieve when it comes to your health. Maybe you're either losing weight or getting more fit. The bird or the stork could also indicate like the launching of something new. Like maybe you created a new like health regimen, health plan, maybe exercise regimen, something like that. And it requires endurance and discipline to get there. Or this could even be a creative project, or launching, whatever it is that you're passionate about. With the Ace of Wands, it is once again like this cornucopia where you keep adding and adding to it until you will finally get to the finish line. And look at this, you can finally cut the ribbon, when like this, when you're launching something. It's just really beautiful energy. And I think your spirit guides are trying to tell you, don't give up, keep going, keep adding to this cornucopia that you've already set up for yourself. And also remember to rely and support, seek support from your group, your soul tribe of people, and support each other. And also, yeah, there may be once again some importance in connecting with your family tree, with your roots, figuring out where you come from. And I think sometimes that helps you to learn more about yourself as well, and it really opens your heart and your mind and your eyes to maybe even like yourself, because we all fall from a certain tree, and sometimes researching that tree will really open up some some new truths, some new insight into maybe even ourselves. So I'm actually going to pick some charms for you. So I'm randomly drawing some charms here for you. And I'm doing this for each pile, which I forgot to mention in the intro, but I'm going to draw some charms randomly, and let's see what pops up. Okay, so I actually only got 2, but this is quite significant. So we have the letter V. That could really indicate anything. This could also be the number 5 if it's a Roman numeral. And then here we have, I believe this is peace, serenity. This could also indicate like spiritual enlightenment. I'm not really sure what this lotus means. I think this means like enlightenment or peace or something. But you could leave maybe in the comments down below if you know exactly what it means. this lotus. And also, yeah, either the letter V or the number 5 as a Roman numeral might be significant in some way. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you, group 1. And I just want to remind you again that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move straight into group 2. Let me just move these cards out of the way, and I'm going to go straight into group 2. Just one moment while I collect all of these cards. So here we have group 2. So group 2, we have the heart group, or like it's like a jewelry box, I think, heart jewelry box. So let's actually get into the bigger cards. Let's get into the bigger cards here. So here we have the Fool. Okay, so what are your spirit guides trying to tell you? What are your spirit guides trying to tell you? And before we begin, I just want to state a disclaimer that this reading isn't going to resonate with everyone because it is so general. So if something doesn't sound right, feel free to move on to another pile, or you could just, take what resonates and leave the rest. So after getting that out of the way, we can go ahead and start. So I'm seeing here that you are starting something new here, some kind of new journey with the Fool card. It's like you're starting from square one when it comes to something. It's like you're starting from square one when it comes to some dream or something. Maybe it's something that you've always wanted to dive into with the Fool card. And then here I'm getting the Moon. So it's almost like you're not sure where this is leading. It's like you're having to take a leap of faith. With the Moon, it means like mystery, something's hidden, like barely showing in the moonlight, but you're like being pulled, you're being drawn to the Moon. It's like your intuition even just sort of like guiding you, like pulling you to do this, or to finally venture into this new thing that I think maybe you've had inside of you for a while now, like a personal dream or something. And here with the Knight of Swords, I'm getting this, I think this message from your spirit guides to push through. Push through, don't be afraid. I'm really getting with the Knight of Swords. Don't be afraid to be like that straight arrow sort of energy that, draws on your more logical and rational sort of self, where emotions are important, obviously, because I see you have a really big heart here. Something about this heart card kind of is shouting at me. But I am also seeing your spirit guides saying, don't be afraid to tune more into your logical, sort of rational side, where if you have to put your emotions aside, your feelings aside to achieve something that you've been really wanting to go for a while now, then do it. And also I'm seeing here, don't be afraid of the unknown with the Moon. With the Knight of Swords, it's almost telling me like, go, like if there's an unknown road that the Moon card represents, or a bunch of doors that you're not sure you should open, with the Knight of Swords, excuse me, it's saying that you should open the door that calls to you. Don't be afraid and use your intuition, because sometimes I think this energy is not just about your brain or logic or rationality. This could also indicate your intuition. I think people always usually think that, well, not always, but a lot of times think that your intuition is drawn from your heart and your feelings and your emotions, but that's not always the case. Oftentimes your intuition comes from your mind, like what your mind is telling you, like that little voice inside your mind. It's like a light bulb moment, like the Moon, it like illuminates something, almost like a light bulb, like your intuition just like suddenly comes on like that, and you just know, what I mean? That could also be your intuition as well. Like a light bulb moment that comes on after you've gathered external information, right? And sort of sorted it out in your mind. So I'm really getting the strong energy from your spirit guides for you to push through, push forward, and don't be afraid to open that door. If you feel like, okay, this is the door I need to open, don't let fear get in the way. Obviously, practice the utmost safety precautions and use, common sense and logic and, safety precautions that, people caution you to take, and, use common sense basically. But if you feel like, okay, this door is kind of a known, but I know that it's not dangerous, and you just feel like you're self-doubting yourself, or you're afraid of the unknown, this card is definitely telling me to charge ahead and open that door, or open maybe a few doors, open all of the doors, you know what I mean, without fear. And this, I'm seeing, involves, yes, a dream that you have been maybe even wanting to fulfill since you were a child, because the Fool indicates like naivety, maybe like some childhood dream that you've been sort of growing, like this flower or this rose, and you are quite passionate about this. It's like a dream you've been harboring since you were maybe like a little girl or a little boy. Like there's just some really like heartfelt energy, and even if you are having to start from square one, or you feel like you're still in the beginning stages of whatever this dream is, your spirit guides are telling you to charge ahead, go full force ahead, and don't be afraid of the moon energy, like the unknown, what lies behind the doors. Well, don't be afraid, just charge ahead, because they have your back. And here I'm seeing Rainbow Bridge. So I'm also seeing here from this card that there's some significance here in, like taking the leap of faith. I'm seeing like there's a lot of imagery here when it comes to that, actually. Taking the leap of faith when it comes to opening these unknown doors. You don't know what lies on the other side, but you have to, gather the courage to do it. And I'm saying, if you've gathered all the information you need, done the research, you know that this could be a great opportunity, or opportunities, plural, more than one opportunity. And you really feel like this could really go somewhere, but you're afraid to take the chance, maybe because as human beings we're just naturally afraid of change, or you don't know what's on the other side, or it's unknown, it's an unknown path. And don't worry, it's natural for us as humans to fear the unknown, to fear change, to fear something that takes us out of our everyday, comfortable sort of, cycle, or going through the motions, because that's, we are creatures of habit. I think most humans, we are. But this is really just saying, take that leap of faith. And also this could indicate an importance in bridging gaps in maybe connections with people around you. Maybe like somebody around you, whether it's coworkers, or maybe professional connections, or maybe even friends, or friends of friends, who you feel like could help you, or maybe guide you, or sort of mentor you in this, whatever you're trying to achieve, this dream, whatever it is that you've had since you were very young. I'm seeing there's a need to bridge the gap, maybe reach out to people, like in our modern day, you could maybe even reach out to people through LinkedIn, through social media, in a very professional and polite way. And I'm seeing here there's an importance in doing that, because that is really going to change things here. And also taking that leap of faith. So taking a leap of faith, I think you can even draw on that energy when it comes to even reaching out to somebody on LinkedIn that you haven't talked to in a while, or maybe like an old coworker, or an old like school friend, or some person who's an acquaintance that through somebody else, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I should ask them about maybe like an opportunity, or maybe even like maybe open job opportunities or something, or projects, or whatever it is. You're like afraid to reach out to them because you feel like they might not respond, or you don't know what they'll think or say. But the worst they could say is no. You know what I mean? That's the worst that can happen. And so it doesn't really hurt to, once again, bridge the gap. Don't be afraid to take the leap of faith, and don't be afraid of what is behind these doors. Maybe even fling all of them open, you know what I mean? Be safe and be logical and use common sense, but maybe even fling all of them open one by one. Explore each one. And with the Knight of Swords, I'm seeing let your intuition guide you. Not so much the intuition coming from your heart, because I'm seeing you already have a lot of heart energy. You may actually be, for some reason, getting earth or water. So earth sign meaning Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and water being Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But here I'm seeing, yeah, exercise your rationality, your logic, or, that part of your intuition. Yeah, use, like, kind of draw on your logical side is what I'm seeing here. And yeah, and they've got your back. I mean, you've got this. This is what they're saying as well. So here we have power. And let's flip over this other card as well. Why not? And then we have the book. Oh my gosh, this gives so much meaning to the phrase, knowledge is power. So let me actually just reverse these so that actually, flows in that way. Knowledge, being power. I think this is pretty loud and clear. If you need to research, or okay, this is what I'm honestly getting, you guys. I think that your spirit guides are trying to tell you to pursue something like an intellectual pursuit, or maybe even like growing your skills. Like if you've always wanted to learn how to do a certain skill, like upgrade your skills, maybe not even professionally, but this could even be like creative skills, or some kind, like you're learning something new, you're upgrading your knowledge, and you're maybe doing the research, or maybe you've already done the research and now you're ready to take that leap of faith, and they're saying go for it, fleeing all of the doors open. Why not explore all of them and see what you like, see what's right for you, and don't be afraid. And here I'm seeing power. So I think that once you let go of fear, yeah, you will sort of harness that power. You'll draw on, I think, this power that's going to grow, and with these positive connections, I think this is maybe another source of power to sort of help you along this path. So I'm actually going to draw some charms for you guys. I forgot to mention that in the intro, that I'm drawing random charms for you guys. So let's see what your spirit guides have to, or want to channel towards you through the charms. I'm just picking some random charms here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have the stallion, or the horse. We have the letter L. That might be significant. And then we have here balance, or the ballerina. So I'm getting here that some of you might have done ballet. You might be a dancer. Also, maybe some of you guys really like horses, or you could even be a Sagittarius with the horse energy, or have strong Sagittarian placements, maybe even like Sagittarian stellium, like that kind of thing in your astrological chart. Here I'm seeing the letter L. Maybe your names start with L, or somebody in your life whose name starts with L might be significant here. Maybe your spirit guides are saying reach out or bridge the gap with this person, or build a stronger bond with this person whose name starts with L. Or maybe even this could be an institution, or something important, like a thing, like any kind of noun that starts with L. That's what they're really channeling here, I think. And then here we have the stallion. This also represents, besides representing Sagittarian energy, this could also represent a need to not be afraid of being like free, exploring, adventure, exploring new opportunities. Like, don't be afraid to once again take a different path. Don't be afraid to roam maybe even the world, or just like try, try new experiences. And also just follow, once again, your dreams. Follow your dreams, and don't be afraid to be adventurous, and don't be afraid to feel truly free. Because I know some of us, with our modern times, like being truly free can be scary. Because when you're truly free, that means you have all these choices, and you don't have like this set structure that you have to follow. It's like all of our choices aren't just like stacked for us one by one, right? But when you're truly free, you have to make your own path. You have to make your own choices. And then there's also the fear of the unknown as well that can come into play. So here I'm seeing push all of those aside and just go for your dream, like your childhood dream, or something that you had inside you for a while. And this also indicates, like a ballerina, so some of you guys might be a dancer, but it could also indicate balance is important. So maybe balancing, for some reason I'm really getting strongly like you could be Libra as well with L, but I'm getting like balancing maybe two aspects of your life, like your family life with your career, or your love life with your ambitions, or or your health with your job, or something like that. But I'm also getting here honestly, there's an importance in balancing your heart with your mind. I know there's a lot of people, if you have a big heart, you tend to follow your emotions more, you follow what you're feeling at the moment. But once again, there's a need to balance with the Knight of Swords energy, like using your logic more. And I think a good way to do that, this is just a tidbit, you can, choose to follow it or not, but a good tidbit is when you're making a decision, write a list of pros and cons. So like let's say for example, like, should I do this or not? Well, just take out a piece of paper or a notebook and just write down pros on one side and cons on the other. Write down 10 pros, so positive aspects of the decision. Like, if you make this decision, what are some positive things that can happen? And then on the other side, under cons, write 10 maybe things that can go wrong, because you don't really know, you know what I mean? So you want to take all the safety precautions, and so write down anything that could go wrong on the other side under cons. And then you can compare the two, and it really does help. I'm just saying, like, if you're the type of person who's very emotional and you mostly sometimes struggle with this sort of like more like logical, analytical side of yourself, which we all do have. I mean, we all have brains, obviously, functioning brains, but yeah, just that's a little tidbit that you could use. But I'm seeing that there might be some positivity in balancing these out, because it's great to have a logical side, but it's also really great to have an emotional, like a big heart as well. But you want to be able to balance these moving forward, because that's when you truly are in your power. You know what I mean? Like, you have the best of both worlds, and you can really surge ahead with this energy, using your soft skills, your hard skills. This is obviously you'd be using more like your heart when it comes to like bridging emotional gaps or bonding with people. But then when it comes to reaching out to someone in a professional way, like on LinkedIn, maybe you need to use this side of your brain a little more, like being more like to the point, or more professional in your language. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you, group 2. And I just want to remind you again that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move straight into group 3, the last group. So let me actually very quickly just move these cards. I don't know about you guys, but actually I kind of like the sound of cards like shuffling together. I find it very calming. Maybe that's just me. But here we have group 3. So we have group 3, last but not least, the flowers. Very beautiful card there. So let's see what we have for you guys. So what do your spirit guides want to tell you? What are your spirit guides trying to channel towards you? What are your spirit guides what messages are they trying to give you? So here we have the 4 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, this is so much Pentacles energy. Okay, you guys, I'm getting that you are either an Earth sign or you have very strong Earth placements in your astrological chart. Earth meaning Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I think is very strongly swirling around here in your astrological chart. Maybe even stellium's going on in your astro chart. But okay, so here's what I'm getting from these cards. I'm getting that in your past you have felt sort of like a stingy energy with the 4 of Pentacles. Maybe you were, for example, you needed like funding, or you needed some kind of grant or something, like that's one scenario. Or maybe you asked, a previous employer for a raise or promotion, but they wouldn't give it to you. They were being stingy. They were being withholding. This is a withholding energy. This could even be in your love life, somebody who's withholding, who's stingy with their time or energy or emotions, and this has been frustrating. Okay, that's what I'm getting. But I'm seeing a change, a turn in the wheel. I'm getting some like Wheel of Fortune energy for some reason with the circle, but I'm getting that things are going to change. With the 3 of Pentacles, I think your spirit guides are telling you that you're going to, if you're not already in a situation like this, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're surrounded by an amazing work group, or like a team, or this could even be working with your family. But you're going to be surrounded by this amazing group of people that you can rely on, that you work really well with, who support you, who have your back. And maybe even if the same scenario comes along where you're asking for a raise or promotion or some kind of funding or grant or whatever it is, whatever it might be, or maybe this could even be, like applying for jobs and you keep getting shot down, like this withholding energy from, the universe. Well, I'm seeing here that things are going to change because you may even have people, you may even meet people who can recommend you for certain opportunities, or who may once again have your back and support you. Like if you were to go for a promotion, maybe they may even think that, wow, they are the perfect candidate for this, and actually like back you because they have your back. Like it's like they appreciate your hard work, and they know your value, and you know your value. And yeah, I'm seeing a really big change here. I mean, look at this. It's very like sparse, like kind of like wanting energy scarcity to this, like, wow, you know what I mean? And the sort of elevated energy when it comes to something involving your finances, for sure, like your professional life or something, career. Here I'm seeing Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, a lot of earth energy. So I'm getting with this card that you will be in your element when it comes to your finances or career, after this moment of being in your element, finding people who you work amazingly with, who support you, who back you. This could even be like 2 people or even more than 2 people who just have your back, and they support you no matter what, and they admire your abilities, they appreciate your hard work, and they think that you are the right person for maybe an elevated position of some kind, a leadership role. And it's really amazing. It's very supportive, and you support each other. You know what I mean? It's not just about them supporting you or you supporting them, but you support each other. It's like this sort of like cyclical sort of process of give and take, and ultimately it pays off. It pays off into this beautiful energy, very abundant energy. You know what I mean? Like you're working together in a group to build something amazing. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm getting that it's not just going to stop there. Your abundant, prosperous energy, something that you're manifesting towards you, is going to keep growing, because the Queen of Pentacles, that's what it's ultimately about. It's about, like, look at this card. I mean, it's about prosperity, abundance, fertility. Like this is I believe this is an ancient fertility goddess. That's what this drawing is modeled after. And the wheat, this involves, growth, like crops growing, flourishing actually, and just growth, prosperity, abundance in your financial life, in your professional life, promotions, maybe even like praise, awards at work. This could even indicate raises, obviously, or this may even, take it one step further and indicate that this involves some kind of creative passion that may even be outside of your just like day-to-day job. Like maybe you're opening your own business, or maybe you are going into some form of entrepreneurialism, or maybe even starting a project that could really lead to something even better than you've ever really imagined in the past. I mean, because look at this in the past, and then clearly turning of the wheel to something really great here. But I am seeing here that it is, your spirit guides are really trying to channel towards you that it's really important for you to create these strong bonds with people, either in your current job role or your next job role, or maybe even just people that you're working with to achieve something. This may not be a day-to-day job. This could even be like people that you have like a personal project with that you're growing. Really cement those bonds, support each other, and amazing things will happen as a result. So let's see what else we have here. So we have spirits to guide you. Okay, wow. So speaking of spirit guides, so we literally have your spirits to guide you. So I'm seeing here that this energy really sapped you dry. This past energy of this like withholding entity that just would not give you what you deserve. This could even be, once again, asking for promotions, asking for raise, because you've been working, so hard, but they've been, scarce. They've been stingy and greedy, quite frankly, is the energy that I'm getting with this hand. I mean, look how greedy that hand looks. But this is telling me that spirits, or your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, whatever you believe in, has your back. And it's like, you may have even seen signs of this. Okay, so here we have 70, so that may have some significance. 70 or 7 or 0 or just 7, because if you combine these numbers, it's just the number 7. That may have some significance here. And look at this. If you combine all these entities with this person in this card, that's 7 people, or not 7 people, but like 7 entities. So that may have some significance, like maybe your ancestors are sort of surrounding you in a group of 7, but this is a good presence. This is them sort of nudging you towards what your intuition is already telling you, how to, build these strong bonds, professional bonds. This could even be like a virtual conference given the times, and you're able to sort of cement these professional bonds in a really meaningful way, and then you get like these opportunities indicated by the Queen of Pentacles, growth, prosperity. And look how different this energy is. They couldn't be even more different. I mean, because this is about scarcity, this is about abundance, so much abundance, flourishing crops, even fertility, growth. I mean, this is just amazing. Yeah, spirits to guide you. They have your back. They have your back. And I think they're just telling you to know this, that they know that what you've been through in the past was crappy. I'm really getting the sense that it was crappy. You felt very left out in the cold, underappreciated. But I'm seeing here that, they are here to guide you, your spirit guides, or whatever you believe in. This could even be like a fairy godmother situation, whatever it is. These energies are supporting you, and they're nudging you in the direction of some kind of support group, people that you really feel safe with, that support you, you support them, you have each other's backs, and you work seamlessly together. These are people that you may even share some kind of, once again, professional or creative passion with, and it's like they're your soul tribe, but you also share like something in common when it comes to like professionally or like creatively. So that's honestly what I'm getting here. So let's see what else we have. So we have choice, and then we have the cross. Actually, let me reverse these because I think this probably is more accurate. So yeah, the cross energy correlates really well with the Four of Pentacles. Like, the cross indicates like a blockage in your past, like a blockage here. Like, I'm really getting that these correlate together. Like the cross with this sort of hand that just keeps sort of like blocking you, you know what I mean? This is like a hand, like speak to the hand kind of energy, where maybe this was a boss, this was some entity, this could have been, once again, a scarcity situation where they were sort of blocking you from getting resources or whatever it is that you needed. Like, this is the support that you needed to achieve what you needed to do. And this cross really does represent that sort of blockage or whatever it is. Or this could even indicate maybe like yourself, like self-doubts, maybe self-sabotage, maybe blocking yourself. But I'm really more so getting that this was like more of an external energy that was blocking you in your past. But once again, you are going to be presented with a lot of choices in the future in conjunction with everything that I just, the whole reading basically. You will be presented with many choices, and I think that you will make the right choice. If anything, listen to your intuition. Maybe listen for like omens, like look around you. This could even indicate, sometimes like messages can come, traditionally people say that messages could come in the form of like coins or like birds or, whatever, just anything, like things in nature. But obviously in our modern days, this could even be through social media, but once again, this could be through nature, like birds or certain, like if you identify really strongly with certain animals, like animal totems even, they could present themselves through that. Like for instance, the other day, I saw like this huge moth, and it was just like this beautiful moth. It was like the biggest moth I've ever seen, and it just felt spiritual to me. Like, whether this is real or not, I mean, it felt like something to me. And I think that's really important. Like, listen to your intuition, listen to what it's telling you, and look around you for omens, look around for any messages that they're trying to channel towards you. Synchronicities, you know, that's a really big one. Anything that feels significant or moves you or rings a bell, you know what I mean, could be significant here. But yes, many choices are coming, and that really corresponds well with this Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have so many choices to choose from. I actually told the other group just a little tidbit that you could even make a pros and cons list if that